Thank you, Madam Chair, and I thank the witnesses for their time here today. South Florida, still number one for healthcare fraud following massive takedown across the nation. That was the headline last month in the Miami Herald following the unveiling by the Department of Justice that 600 defendants are being accused of fraudulently billing $2 billion to Medicare, TRICARE, and private insurance. It's been reported that over $300 million of those fraudulent claims by South Floridians were treatment for opioids, home health, and prescription drugs. Madam Chairman, I'd like to submit into the record the reference Miami Herald article published in June regarding healthcare fraud in South Florida.
So ordered.
Last year in a hearing before this subcommittee, I asked why we are always chasing so much fraud. We learned that one of the biggest challenges is understanding the cause behind improper payments, since it isn't always fraud, but also clerical and technical errors that contribute to improper payment statistics. While I'm grateful for the work to bring bad actors to justice, as evidenced by the most recent takedown, we still need to do more to cut down on pay and chase methods and focus on prevention measures. I agree with Deputy Inspector General Jarman that a comprehensive program integrity strategy that focuses on prevention, detection, and enforcement helps address the sources of improper payments. I worked on a bill with my colleagues, Representatives Thompson and Fitzpatrick, to introduce the Reach Out Act, which recently passed the House. This bill would direct CMS to work with certain entities, including quality improvement organizations, to engage in educational outreach with prescribers to prevent prescription drug abuse. This bill is specifically directed toward educating outlier opioid prescribers to help change their behavior and prevent overprescribing. Mr. Alexander, and by the way, this issue is in many ways personal to me because it's no secret that South Florida is the Medicare fraud capital of the United States, and my constituents no longer want for that to be the case. So my question to you is, how does the administration view prescriber education as fitting into an overall anti-fraud strategy?
Thank you for the question. As you know, first of all, the Secretary and the Administrator and the President have made it absolutely clear that fighting the opioid crisis is a top priority for the administration, and we're working very closely with law enforcement to do that. We're bringing a number of tools to that fight, specific tools from the program integrity perspective. They would include the MEDIC, the Medicare Drug Integrity Contractor, which provides investigative work and referrals for fraud and other problematic behaviors in that space. And the MEDIC is part of the UPIC, MEDIC, MPIC major case coordination process I've described. So once every 7 weeks and more frequently if needed, the MEDIC is in the Center for Program Integrity reporting in real time on its current investigation, and we're making sure they get where they need to go. We also have projects like the TRIO project, where we're monitoring the prescribing of this particularly deadly trio of substances that are very, very dangerous for beneficiaries. We have comparative billing reports that we provide, that are generated and that are provided to help us with this. We also will be standing up what's called the preclusion list, which is going to, place certain problematic prescribers on the list and require the programs to deny payment for claims associated with those particular prescribers. And finally, the new lock-in authority that we have, thanks to the Congress, we now have the authority to limit high-risk beneficiaries to specific pharmacies and specific prescribers. All very, very important tools that we're bringing to that important work.
Well, thank you, Mr. Alexander. I appreciate CMS's commitment, and I'm very grateful to the chair, to the ranking member, because this is all very demoralizing to American taxpayers, and obviously it's unfair to Medicare beneficiaries. Every dollar that goes into one of these fraudulent schemes is $1 less that we have for those who have earned Medicare by working hard in our country. And again, in South Florida, it's particularly personal and painful. Our community does not want to be known as a place where Medicare fraud is prevalent, and we look forward to working with you, with all of you, to root out this horrible situation in our country. Thank you.